Hello boys and girls. I thought it would be nice every week if we told a wee story. This week is going to be a Bible story, but it won't always be Bible stories. And maybe you can say, you know, whoever's at home can say this at bedtime or at any time really. But the first thing I want to show you today is this. And you've maybe got these in your nursery or in your school, and they're called traffic lines. And we have lines going to the right and lines going to the left, and lines just going straight ahead. And you know, when I looked at these lines, I was thinking to myself, it's very easy to go down the wrong way, isn't it? And to get a wee bit lost for lots of different reasons. Now, today's story is a story that Jesus told, and Jesus told stories called parables. But a parable was just a special story that Jesus told that had a very special meaning. And today's parable is called the parable of the lost sheep. And this is the story. One day, as part of his usual routine, a shepherd started to count his sheep. He always did this every day, as he had a lot of sheep to take care of. 100 in total. It's a lot of sheep, isn't it? As he neared the end of his count though, he soon realised to his dismay that instead of 100 sheep, he had only counted 99. Anxiously, the shepherd counted again. Oh my goodness, one was lost. The shepherd immediately set off to look for the lost sheep. It wasn't an easy task because it was now becoming dark and it was difficult to see. The shepherd stumbled over fallen rocks on the paths and hanging branches from the trees. It was getting late and the shepherd had hunted everywhere for him. The shepherd was determined not to give up looking for the little sheep though, and was determined to continue looking. Now, it was a well-known fact that good shepherds care for and look after the sheep so well that the sheep recognised their shepherd's voice. Finally, in the distance, the shepherd could hear a tiny baa coming from the little sheep. The little sheep had become tangled in a prickly bush. The shepherd was so happy to see him. He ran towards him and he very carefully pulled him from the bush. He picked him up gently and carried the little sheep back to the flock on his shoulders. On his return to his flock, the shepherd was so happy to have the lost sheep back that he threw a big party to celebrate. The little sheep was lost and now he was found. Well, do you know, we all get a wee bit lost sometimes, and Jesus is often known as the Good Shepherd because he always cares for every one of us. So every week we're going to say a little prayer, but before we do, I'm going to show you this craft that you can do at home, and it's good fun. And this is just from a recycled box, so you ask whoever's at home with you if you can keep any boxes that come in, and you can crayon on it. I've just put paper on it, and this is just cotton wool, and this little sheep's feet keep moving because he's always wandering off, as sheep do, and getting lost. Next week's story will be not a Bible story, but it's called The Shark in the Dark. It's a lovely wee story about how we can all help one another. But as I say, every week we'll do a little prayer, and we're going to do that before I say bye-bye. From the tops of our heads to the tips of our toes, from our wiggly ears to our funny wee nose, from our fronts to our backs and all the way round, God loves us. Night night, girls and boys. See you next week.